everybody. Welcome to another edition of Rewind the Tape. I'm your friendly neighborhood Lego Soda today, joined by the man who was singing along to our entrance theme in the green room, Lego Ben. Yes, I saw that.
Yay, you saw that!
I was thinking it, you did it. It was pretty good, And today we are joined by probably the biggest fan I've ever met of this particular movie we're going to be covering, 50 Shades of Geek. How are you doing, my friend?
Awesome. Can't wait to talk about what is clearly and definitely the best Batman movie of all time.
It's definitely up there, for sure. Would you say everything is awesome?
That's what happens when you're at the top. You're up there.
Well, for those of you who don't know, we are here finally covering our last movie in the Batman theatrical released series. It is none other than the Lego Batman movie, which I rewatched for the first time since it came out the other day, and I forgot just how funny this movie is.
Yeah, definitely save the best for last.
Yep. Ben, what are your thoughts of the film?
It's a great comedy. I love this movie. Not my favorite Batman movie. I'll be honest.
It doesn't have Michael Keaton. Ben doesn't care.
Oh, come on.
Just kidding.
That time when Batman Begins is my favorite one, and you know that, you little son of a bitch.
I know. That's why I'm bugging you about it. Yeah, rewatching it, it's amazing how it's such a Batman movie that doesn't feel like a Batman movie at times.
And yet at the same time, it covers the entirety of Batman's history.
It does, from all the visual cues we get, and yeah.
And from the visual cues, it kind of does have Keaton in it.
Yeah. And let me hear, in the movie that honors Batman the most,
I believe it also came out on Batman's 75th anniversary.
75th, 80th, something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. Came out in 2017.
I still remember that because it came out like a few months late on this side of the world, and I had to wait an excruciating amount of time to watch it. And when it finally got here, it was only in Hebrew, and then I had to wait for the English version. But it was well worth the wait.
How much longer did you have to wait for the English version?
About a month or so later. Oof. But the thing is, it was well worth the wait. It kind of sucks that it happened after everyone else has already seen it. So.
Yeah, that must be the true downfall about living in a place that's...
Yeah, especially with a movie like... I mean, it doesn't usually happen. I don't know why it happened for this movie. But whatever. It doesn't matter. It's in the past. The past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it.
Hey.
I'm doing this.
Yeah, there's it only took you less than 4 minutes.
I'm getting better at this.
So yeah, this movie, like we said, it came out in 2017. For us over here, it was February 10th, 2017, although it came out in Ireland almost 2 weeks earlier. And it had a budget of
Irish.
It had a budget of $80 million and grossed $312 million. I find this one to be more rewatchable than the first Lego movie.
I think the first Lego movie is the best of the Lego movies, but yeah, I agree with that. It's the most. This one is the most rewatchable out of the four. Is it four?
Yeah. What was the other Lego?
There's Lego Movie 2 and then Lego Ninjago.
How is Ninjago?
Not good. Just watch the show. Just watch the show. All 17 seasons of it. Yeah.
Oi, 17?
The show's much better than the movie. I don't know what they were thinking of with that movie.
I know they might sound like a weird question. Ain't it an anime show?
No.
I mean, it's kind of set in Japanese style setting, but it's not anime, at least not in the way that I know anime tradition.
Well, the only reason I asked is because 17 seasons for an animation, so that's weird.
I mean, hey, when the show works, the show works. That's why Doctor Who's been lasted for as long as it did.
Mm-hmm.
Timey-wimey, Lucy, is my reference.
Yeah. What I'm really looking forward to is when we start discussing the Easter eggs. I got a list of the 25 best Lego Batman movie Easter eggs. I want to see if any of you guys caught them.
Oh, only 25?
The 25 best.
Oh.
Yeah. No. If we did all of them, we'd be here all fucking night.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
That's true. But I need my beauty rest. All right.
You don't.
Oh, thank you very much, 50. We'll talk after the show. All right, so we'll do a little bit of the plot. Within the DC superhero dimension of the Lego multiverse, Batman protects Gotham City and fights crime. During his later, feel free to interrupt me as I go along. During his latest mission to stop Joker and Gotham's other supervillains from destroying the city, Batman hurts Joker's feelings by telling him he is not as important in his life as he thinks he is, leading Joker to seek the ultimate revenge on him. The following day, Batman's alter ego Bruce Wayne attends the city's Winter Gala, which is celebrating both the retirement of Commissioner Gordon and the ascension of his daughter, Barbara, as the city's new police commissioner, only to be infuriated by Barbara's plans to restructure the police to function without the need of Batman. Joker crashes the party with the city's other villains, all of whom surrender except Harley Quinn, who disappears during the confusion. I actually never noticed that. I didn't notice that she just did the Irish goodbye.
Me neither. Now, correct me. Oh, they came out in 2017, right?
Yep.
So then after Margot Robbie, and Harley.
After the Margot Robbie thing, but still a couple of years before the animated Harley Quinn series.
But
which is such a great series if you haven't seen it. Oh, brother.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That Margot Robbie, who's Harley Quinn movie, appearance. Was that the first movie appearance of Harley Quinn?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, she never appeared.
I don't think she appeared in animated Disney. Well, she might have appeared in animated.
No, it's the first time she'd ever been appeared in a theatrically released movie. Like, of course, you've got like Return of the Joker from Batman. Video. Like, this isn't her first time in live action. That actually belongs to Birds of Prey with Mia Sara playing the main villain of the season, Harley Quinn. It's revealed in the very last episode that the therapist is Harley Quinn.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So that's the very first time that she appeared in anything.
Was she in like the Harley Quinn Gentleman? All that?
She appears in the end, yes. But I mean, like throughout, she's under an alias. She's playing therapist to, I want to say, Huntress herself. And then as its theories progress, it slowly starts being revealed that she's actually Harley Quinn. And then you do see her in the classic costume at the end.
Yeah, why didn't that film continue?
It wasn't the best, if I'm being honest. It was like, it's enjoyable, but I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that came on around the same time Smallville was in its high power, right?
Well, let's double check when it came out. I want to say it might have been before.
It might have actually been during Smallville's least impressive season, in my opinion.
2002. So this would actually been the second season.
Oh, so yeah, it was before the that.
Wait, I think it might be a topic for another thing, but what is your least favorite Smallville season?
Can't remember if it's season 3 or 4, but it's the one with. Ironically enough, it's the one with Jensen Ackles in it.
Season 4. That's generally what is considered people's, like, broad sense, generally considered people's least favorite season.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I mean, I'm
alone in that. But I really didn't like the whole Jensen Ackles' mom in that. Didn't like that. The whole Lana Lang was actually a witch the whole time.
It's the weirdest season. It's the most inconsistent season for sure.
Yeah, maybe. I think they really pick it back up in the follow-up season.
Like, the only highlight for me, truly, from that season is the introduction of Lois Lane.
Well, Okay, now we're going on a small mountain tangent, but I think I connected more because, well, I mean, you were born in the camp too. We were at the same age as Clark, so
Yeah,
when
that
he
was
ran,
the year they graduated high school.
yeah,
He graduated high school. Yeah.
you know, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, man. I didn't love that season.
It's like, I mean, yeah, all the seasons have weird stuff, but I mean, this is the one where it's just like it felt like it really went off the wall, off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, we go off the rails.
Like Jason Teague's turn is so fucking fast because he got supernatural.
And they had to remove him from the show.
They had to remove him. Yeah.
Okay,
Like I
before
said, pick back up with a follow-up season with James Masters as Brainiac. But I mean, like,
Yes. I love James Masters as Brainiac, especially in the 200th episode when he's Brainiac 5.
Really quick before we get back to the Batman, what was your introduction to James Masters?
Smallville.
Because my friends were into it, Buffy. I never watched the show, but my friends all talked about Buffy, so I knew him from there. Oh, and the movie P.S. I Love You.
What?
The movie
Wait,
P.S.
what? Oh, he's in that?
My introduction to James Masters was actually season 2 of Torchwood.
Of course, that's not
Oh yeah, that's right. He plays a time agent in season 2 of Torchwood. Yeah.
Captain John Hart.
Yeah, and it's like hinted that him and Captain Jack were lovers.
Of course.
Hinted? No, it's explicitly said. Never mind.
The first thing they do when they're on screen is they just kiss each other.
It's been a long time since I've seen Torchwood.
Okay. Well, before we get way off the topic, a little too late. Yeah, go back to...
Okay, knowing that Joker is up to no good, Batman plans to steal Superman's Phantom Zone projector, a device that can banish anyone to the Phantom Zone, which houses some of the most dangerous villains in the Lego multiverse. Only for Alfred to intervene and advise him to take care of Dick Grayson, whom Bruce unwittingly adopted as his son during the gala earlier, because that's just how that works.
Yep, absolutely.
Reluctantly agreeing to do so, Batman fosters Dick as Robin, whereupon the pair successfully recover the project from the Fortress of Solitude and breaks into Arkham Asylum to send the Joker to the Phantom Zone. Suspecting that Joker wanted to be sent there, Barbara locks up Batman and Robin.
Can I intercept for 1 second?
Yep.
It was so cool that Superman's Nobel with Sean Williams.
As it should be. Yeah, and they brought back Channing Tatum, who voiced Superman in the Lego movie.
And Jonah Hill, who was
as Green Lantern. Yeah. How heartbreaking was it when Batman enters and finds out that everybody's been having parties for, 50 years, and he's never been invited to one?
I mean, considering the Batman character in this movie specifically, not that much.
That's fair.
It makes the most sense.
That's fair. While the projector is being seized as evidence, Harley steals it back as part of Joker's plan and frees him, allowing him to return to Gotham with all the villains he had recruited in the Phantom Zone, which we will be getting to later, see how many of them we can name. Realizing that the city does need him after all, Barbara releases Batman and Robin and teams up with them and Alfred to stop the new threat. Although Batman finds himself able to trust and rely on his new team upon reaching Wayne Island, he chooses to send them away, fearing that he might lose them just like his parents. Upon facing him alone, Joker believes that Batman is incapable of changing his ways and zaps him to the Phantom Zone before stealing the Batcave's stash of confiscated bombs to destroy Gotham City. Arriving in the Phantom Zone, Batman witnesses the harm his arrogance has caused everyone and accepts his greatest fear, being part of a new family. Making a deal with the zone's gatekeeper Phyllis, who is a brick, to be allowed back to Gotham in order to retrieve the zone's escaped prisoners, Batman arrives in time to save his teammates, apologizing to them for leaving them and requesting their help to stop the Joker. And what I love about this is you get Barbara Gordon finally in the Batgirl costume, and you have Alfred in the 60s Batman costume.
Another thing I like about this scene, I forget who it is who acts him, but somebody acts who's we go down a village to help us. And Bruce said, I think villains to help fight a villain. That has to be the stupidest idea ever. Commenting on the Suicide Squad.
It came out a year after.
Yeah, and what happens? He gets help from the villains later on.
Yep.
With help from Gotham's other villains who felt neglected by the Joker when he refused to break them out of Arkham, Batman and his team defeat the escaped villains and send them back to the Phantom Zone. However, they fail to stop Joker's bombs from going off, and the explosion begins to tear the city apart at the plates beneath it. Batman convinces Joker to help him by telling him he gives him purpose to be the hero he is, and with the help of every civilian and villain, they manage to save Gotham, chain linking themselves together to resemble the plates. And I love it. You got this big club acting music. It's this big scene, and also click.
And the city was saved thanks to the amazing power of shredded abs.
Yep. Was it 9 abs, 7 abs, whatever he has?
Nine abs.
Batman has 9 abs. Deal with it.
Yep. With the city saved, Batman prepares to be taken back into the Phantom Zone to face the consequences of his behavior, only to be rejected by Phyllis, who chooses to let him remain after realizing he is a hero and seeing how much he had changed to save everyone. Afterward, Batman gives Joker and the other villains a head start to avoid crime, knowing there will be no match for the new Bat family.
Okay. Do you guys know who plays Phyllis?
Yeah, it's Ellie Kemper.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry, I cheated a little bit. I've got the list right in front of me.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
But
Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, beep. Scanning for badness. Beep, boop, 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 beep.
This movie has foreshadowing.
How so?
Zoe Kravitz voices Catwoman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she just played Catwoman in the new Batman movie.
Well, okay, don't tell me. I got 50. This is for you. No, I mean, so no, this is for you because you have the list. 50. Do you know who played Green Lantern and Superman?
We just talked about it during
Talk about it,
recap.
babe.
Wait, what?
When I was talking about Superman, I said, and they brought back Channing Tatum to replace the role from the Lego movie, and 50 is like, and Jonah Hill.
Okay, I didn't mean for this to happen.
Yeah, it's one of those shows. But yeah, like the Lego movie, this does have a lot of cameos from other properties, but then primarily this one is mostly villains because you've got Sauron, you've got Voldemort. Who else?
Mr. Agent Smith.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You get the Wicked Witch of the West.
The Gremlins.
The Daleks.
The Daleks.
Yeah.
Specifically, the New Paradigm Daleks.
Sure.
Which are still being laughed at and mocked till this day.
It's a Dalek. Medusa.
Yeah. King Kong. The Kraken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bruce the Shark.
Yep.
The Flying Monkeys? Weren't they there or no?
Yeah, they were in there, part of the Wicked Witch of the West thing, yeah. They're not really giving me a whole heck of a lot, but you do see Billy D. Williams as Two-Face.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously.
Conan O'Brien is the Riddler.
Yep.
Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman. Jason Mantzoukas is the Scarecrow. Kate Micucci as Clayface, because Clayface at one point did become a female version of the character.
Okay, I want to ask you something. This never made sense to me. Voldemort.
Yeah.
Why they didn't put Ralph Fiennes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Get the guy who played Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies, not playing Voldemort in this movie. What the hell?
I mean, they got a good replacement. They got Eddie Izzard, but still,
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm with you.
You know what I have to say to that? Wingardium Leviosa, shut up.
Okay, then.
It's from the movie. Never mind.
No, I and
It's
of course,
really obvious.
the Bat computer is voiced by Siri.
Yep.
All right.
I'm home.
You know who sucks? Iron Man sucks.
Yeah, I love that. That's the password. That's the
Because of course it is. Iron Man is literally a Batman knockoff. So of course he would make that his password. I mean, come on, think about it. Rich boy, no parents, uses his money to make a suit.
I wouldn't say he made more of a knockoff before the first Iron Man movie, But they really took Iron Man in new direction in the MCU. In my opinion, anyway.
Batman was never a recovering alcoholic.
Mhm.
He never traded ninjas.
They took a different direction after. Also, the recurring alcoholic was like a decade after he was introduced. So
Yeah, it was the 70s, yeah. All right, so you ready for some the top 25 best Lego Batman movie Easter eggs?
yep,
Yeah.
we have a short list, but okay.
Well, it's because we'd be here forever. All right,
Batman
so at number 25, we have the phrase, the house that Batman built, which is said when the DC logo comes up. However, it's also an obscure issue of Detective Comics from 1967 called The House That Joker Built, which details Joker's jealousy of Batman's merchandise sales.
Because comics in that era.
Mm-hmm. At number 24, MacGuffin Airlines.
MacGuffin. Yeah, that kind of opens the movie, and then you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a funny one."
And paying homage to Alfred Hitchcock's famous phrase for the meaningless plot device. Joker's schemes are awfully familiar. When they reference the two boats from The Dark Knight.
It's better than the two boats!
And the parade in Prince's music from Batman 1989.
Nice.
Yep. Batman's Let's Get Nuts playlist.
Nice.
Yeah. Of course, everyone knows that famous line from Batman 89.
You wanna get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts!
Yep. At number 21, the Suicide Squad shade, which we'd already alluded to earlier. There were two references. The first Suicide Squad callback comes during the Joker's attempt to destroy Gotham City with a mega bomb. We see Killer Croc swim under the city to arm the bomb, hilariously saying, "Hooray, I did something!"
Something!
Referencing the character's only noteworthy action in the movie. And then, of course, the second one, cutting much later in the film, when the villains descend upon Gotham, Barbara Gordon suggests it would take a team of villains to take them down, like you said. Yeah. If only someone had told Amanda Waller. Number 20, the Red Hood.
Yeah, the costume. It's in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Red Hood, let's see. Lego Red Hood can be seen wearing both the domed red helmet of the Joker's version and the Jason Todd mask underneath. But yeah, it's just basically had a brief cameo. Why not, right?
And I believe it was a minifigure released as part of one of the sets, I think.
Playing from Ben's Island.
Speaking of Siri.
Yeah. Ben, something you want to tell us? Do you have sentience in your house?
Is that your Scarlett Johansson AI talking to you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything is
You don't.
Blink once if you're in danger, blink twice if you're okay. No.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
At number 19, Batman's license plates. It's hardly surprising that Lego Batman would stick vanity plates on his vehicles, and while we love to see what all of them are, only a few are explicitly shown in the movie. The first one is on Batman's Speedwagon, itself a possible nod to the band REO Speedwagon, and reads Batitude. Because, of course, while the second one appears on Bruce Wayne's car and reads Wayne Car. While this plate rather humorously references Batman's clear disdain towards his alter ego, it could also be read as the English Sir Wanker.
Okay, I did not notice that.
Number 18, Batman visits orphans equals The Dark Knight Rises. Of course, the homage to that. 17, Batman's suits.
Oof.
It's hard to miss the many costumes on display in the Batcave, but the sheer volume of outfits is pretty staggering. While this is by no means an exhaustive list of every item shown, some of the more recognizable ones include the New 52 Batsuit, One's from Batman Beyond and Gotham by Gaslight. The Nightmare suit seen in Batman's weird dream sequence from BVS, as well as a caveman version of the Batsuit. And there are also some much more obscure references to pop culture that go way beyond the Batman franchise, such as the Bat Pack Sparkly suit, a new nod to the Rat Pack, as well as a suit that's called Eggs, the Winged Avenger. This is actually the title of an episode of the 1960s British spy series, The Avengers, starring Diana Rigg and the late Patrick McNee. Diana Rigg, also known as Lady Tyrell. Tell Cersei it was me.
By the way, side note, Lady Tyrell went out like a fucking boss in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that's right. You still haven't seen Game of Thrones. That's right.
Yeah, really, 50? I'm shocked.
I have no intention to do so.
That's
I
fair.
saw the first season and I was like, nope, not for me.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody.
I got one thing.
Number 16. You Complete Me. This one's probably not all that obscure, but it's such a perfect Easter egg that it needs to be pointed out. In an early sequence, we see that Batman spends his off time preparing lobster thermidor in the microwave and watching romantic comedies alone in his private home theater. One of his favorites is Jerry Maguire, and we see him watching the now iconic You Complete Me scene, which, of course, borrowed and twisted by Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight.
What is more iconic, you think, in your opinion? You Complete Me or Show Me the Money?
Oh, fuck. That's hard to tell. I'd probably go with Show Me the Money just because it's used a lot when it comes to sports.
Okay.
I'd probably go with that.
Me too.
Me too.
The best part of You Complete Me is that all this comes right after Batman upsets the Joker by denying that they have a special connection. As Batman notes, he doesn't ship. And the significance of this is completely lost on Batman as he laughs derisively in the scene. Oh, and we also learned that Batman loves to watch Marley and Me and Serendipity, so at least he has good taste in rom-coms.
Oh, I love Marley and Me.
I never saw it.
It's a hard movie, but it's so good.
I heard about the ending. Like, I don't know if I can watch that.
Yeah. 50 is not for you. I'm letting you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was sitting here silently. It's why I'm probably never going to watch Old Yeller.
Oh, God, yeah. But that's different. The dog had rabies.
Yeah, but you know.
Oh, what?
That,
You still just had to put it down. I don't know.
And that, well, okay, back then, there was really nothing else you could do.
I know, you know.
Trust me, I've never seen the movie either, but
I did. It's a good movie. It's a hard ending, but a good movie.
as much as I am squeamish when it comes to those things in real life, because of my family background and I'm having farms throughout centuries and stuff like that, and hearing like about stories like this, it doesn't affect me like that. Because I know, especially at that time, it was something you had to do. If something happened to your dog or your horse or any pet, you had to do that.
No, maybe you should watch the movie. I mean, it's a good movie. And, yeah.
But I probably will cry like a little schoolgirl who skinned her knee, but you know, it just doesn't affect me like that. Because
That's the weirdest analogy I've ever heard.
Number 15, the Batcave Museum. Yes. After Batman foils the Joker's initial plans, he confiscates the villain's mega bomb and puts it in his Bat Museum to join his massive collection of doomsday devices and other memorabilia from his adventures over the years. While this collection is dominated by other bombs of various shapes and sizes, we all see a few familiar items from his collection seen in various comics over the years, such as the giant coin and the iconic T-Rex. How did he ever? I don't know how he got the T-Rex.
I don't know either. Like, it was
Just know this.
He found a way.
well done, Ben.
Just
Well
very
done.
nice. Very nice.
Come on, you set me up.
I did. I knew you were going for a Jurassic Park joke. I just wasn't expecting that. Which I say kudos to you. Number 14, Bloodhaven. Now, for those who know comics, Bloodhaven is where Nightwing actually what's the word? He Basically, is where he learned to properly be a superhero on his own because he needed to get away from Batman. So he moves to Bloodhaven, which is a very crime-ridden city, and he defends it all the way up into No Man's Land, I believe it is, when they dropped chemo on it and destroyed the city. Yeah.
Yep.
Number 13, Chief O'Hara.
Nice.
Yeah.
At various points in the movie, we briefly see Commissioner Gordon's partner, O'Hara, fighting crime. Although she's been gender swapped, her character is a clever reference to the character of the same name from the comics of Batman 66.
Holy same name, Batman.
Number 12, All the Batmobiles.
Right.
Yeah, during the scene where young Master Dick first discovers the Batcave, Batman's vehicles are shown off on various platforms, which include the 89 Batmobile.
Yeah, the best one.
Yep, the Schumacher's Batman Forever car, and the Tumbler, as well as the Bat Sub.
Oh, Matt.
The Bat Sub. There is a Bat Submarine, yes.
Right, and there's Matt shot repellent. Why not the Matt sub?
Yeah, why
There's
not?
also a Bat truck, apparently. And whatever this thing is.
I've never seen that in my life.
It's in the movie.
Huh.
It's when Joker won't surrender.
Yeah,
I forget the name of it.
that looks more like the thing where he tells them, if you go get your stuff from it and we'll go fight, and then he sends them off. That's what that looks like. Is that my
I think it makes a comeback in the movie.
Okay. Number 11, Happy Birthday, Justice League. In case you didn't know, 2017 marks the 57th anniversary of the Justice League of America, having made their first appearance in The Brave and the Bold, number 28, all the way back in 1960. This explains why there's a banner in the background of the JLA's Fortress of Solitude party that reads the 57th anniversary of the JLA. Another fun Easter egg is the John Williams score, which is still my favorite John Williams score, bar none.
Me too.
Yeah.
For me, it's tied with another movie we'll be covering very soon.
Yeah.
But it's right up there.
The Superman theme song is one of those, it will come on and all of a sudden, no joke, my spirits will lift and I legit feel like I could do anything. Then the song ends and I'm back to normal. But
it is. I will say this. It is the best superhero theme out there.
Agreed.
Yeah. For 4 minutes straight, you will believe a man can fly.
Yep. I love that poster. I'm so glad I have it framed right in front of me.
And believe it or not, flying is never the same way to travel.
Statistically speaking, that is.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 9, Gleaming the Cube. No Easter egg is too obscure for the Lego Batman movie, it would seem, as there's even nods to 80s movies you've probably never seen. During the scene where Robin skateboards through the Fortress of Solitude security system, the phrase "Gleaming the Cube" comes up, a reference to the 1989 skateboarding movie of the same name starring Christian Slater. In case you were wondering, the phrase means to test one's limits, which Robin certainly does as he competently follows Batman's expert directions. It's a pretty good Easter egg. Pretty deep cut, too.
And never say no to a good old Christian Slater movie.
Damn right. Number 8, director cameos. Chris McKay actually makes a couple of cameos in the film, with the most prominent being the voice of the MacGuffin Airlines pilot from the beginning. He also performs Batman's crazy laugh. Apparently, his laugh was supposed to be a placeholder for Will Arnett's, which hadn't been recorded yet, but they just ended up keeping it. And also, he has a cameo. Also gave a cameo to a friend of his who worked as an editor on the film, playing Anchorman Phil.
Right.
Number 7, Pulp Fiction reference. Did you catch that? Anyone catch that one?
I think I did when I saw it, but I need reminding.
During the aforementioned scene where Barbara Gordon suggests that they should assemble a team of villains to take on the Joker, Voldemort, and the rest of the Phantom Zone baddies, Batman brings up Fox Force 5, which is a direct reference to the team of killer ladies in Mia Wallace's pilot from Quentin Tarantino's film Pulp Fiction.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I never saw Pulp Fiction.
I've seen it once, and it is worth a watch, I will say. Number 6, Nightwing. While we don't see Dick Grayson actually assume the mantle of Nightwing in the movie, the Vigilante's presence is nonetheless felt in the film, though not in the way you might expect. After Batman travels to the Phantom Zone, Robin takes a Nightwing costume for the Batcave to try and do what Batman would do. The only problem is that the outfit he picks up looks nothing like the one Nightwing wears. That is because Dick Grayson isn't technically the first Nightwing. Believe it or not, Superman was the first hero using the code name and a similar looking suit in the 60s. And fun fact, I can't remember which comic book they actually included this in, but when I remember reading it, when Dick Grayson first decides he's done being Robin, one of the first people he actually goes and talks to for advice is Superman. And that's where he gets the name Nightwing, because Superman was telling him the story about the Kryptonian legendary superhero Nightwing. And was it Nightwing and Flamebird? I think was the team.
I have no idea.
So in the 1960s comic books, when they Superman and Jimmy Olsen shrunk themselves down and actually lived in the bottled city of Kandor for a while and became those superheroes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I know too much about that time for some reason.
Maybe you were born in another life back then.
See, one of my science teachers when I was in junior high did tell me I was born 20 years too late.
Possible.
Hey, anything's possible. I do believe in reincarnation sometimes. All right, so
regeneration.
Damn right. Number 5, Jim Cotta. Now, did any of you guys ever hear of Jim Cotta before this?
Oh, yeah, so familiar.
50?
It does sound familiar.
At one point in the movie, Robin mentions that he's a master of Jim Cotta, a fighting style that combines gymnastics and martial arts. It turns out that this is a fighting style stolen from the 1985 film of the same name, which stars former Olympian Kirk Thomas. A hilarious and completely intentional twist, Thomas's character wears the same red jumper and blue pants combo that Dick Grayson wears in the film and the 60s TV show. Somehow I missed. There was one I totally missed. Oh, number 10. Robin equals Carrie Kelly.
I see that.
Yeah, because it looks like Carrie Kelly.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah. No. Minus the color of the hair. Yeah, but yeah.
What color is Robin's hair in this movie? Isn't it red?
Yeah, it's red.
It's brown.
No, it's red, I think.
Do you want me to pull one of my minifigures of Robin to show you?
No, if 50's right. I'm looking at her poster right now. It is brown.
Okay.
Poster right. Come on.
Number 3. Batman beats Superman. Because of course. Yep. It also gets a nod during the scene where the Joker claims to be Batman's greatest nemesis. However, according to Batman, Superman is his greatest foe, to which the Joker replies that it's impossible for superheroes to fight. I don't really think that was a great Easter egg, personally. I don't think that should be number 3, but whatever. Number 2, Gotham Landmarks. Now, which landmarks did you guys see in the movie?
I didn't recognize anything.
50?
As I told you earlier in the green room, I was going to rewatch the movie before, but I did.
So these are the 3 that are mentioned in this little blurb. Which one of them I definitely noticed? The Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah, that's where the gala happens. I remember that.
There's a LexCorp building.
Nice.
And Shrek's department store from Batman Returns.
Before you get Batman Returns, have we go to Shrek? Like the Mike Myers character?
Max Shrek is in Christopher Walken, whose character's name is named after the very first actor who played form of Dracula on the silver screen.
Talking about Christopher Walken, I can't remember if I said it to you. Have either of you seen Christopher Walken read The Three Little Pigs?
That sounds familiar.
What?
Is it as funny as Gilbert Gottfried reading the vagina monologues?
I think funnier.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll watch it after. It's worth watching.
It's pretty hard to top Gilbert Gottfried in his voice going, "My vagina!" All right. Ready for the last one?
Bring it.
Ready, Schmitty.
Batman Beyond. Outside of the costume, you also have the villain Blight, who happens to be Terry McGinnis's arch nemesis, who is one of Joker's rogues. While
Yeah.
the whole plot of Barbara Gordon becoming commissioner comes from that animated series.
Yep. And I remember at the time it was disputed if it is Blight or Dr. Phosphorus. People weren't really sure because
But it's
they
been
look
confirmed.
pretty similar, especially in Lego form. So
Yeah. But it's been confirmed to be Blight then, I guess.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So those are some fun little Easter eggs. And of course, there's just way, way too many more in those movies to count.
Yeah, and British robots. Ask your nerdy friend.
Mm-hmm.
Exterminate.
Yep.
Exterminate.
Yeah, and when they show up on the train, where he specifically says British robots, they actually used recordings from the parting of the ways.
Oh, nice.
That's
the
pretty cool.
exterminate.
Of course, you would know which episode. Very, very on brand. It's unfortunate, though, that we're never going to get a sequel to this movie.
We might.
No, because
Yeah,
Universal
but-
owns the rights to the Lego movies, and Warner Brothers.
Ooh. I forgot about that.
There was like a planned Lego Super Friends movie, but it got canceled.
But to be fair, though, I think they pretty much covered all they needed to in this movie. So
Which
I'm
you're
fine
not
that
wrong.
we're not even getting a sequel.
It's a great. Honestly, it is a great one-off. It really
Yeah.
is.
It covers the entirety of the Batman history up to that point.
Yeah, like
And it's the best. It's the best exploration of Batman's character and the Batman Joker dynamic, the
Right.
Batman Alfred dynamic, the Batman Superman and Robin dynamic, and so on and so.
I love the Batman Joker dynamic in this because they play it off like a spurned lover. That is like right down to the stereotypical conversations. But it's
also
best way to best metaphor. It's like when Joey and Chandler argue. It's the same type of vibe.
And you know what? You know something else? This movie actually came out the same year that Capaldi's last season as the Doctor did, which also had a similar dynamic between the Doctor and Missy.
Oh yeah.
So here's an Easter egg that I thought was going to be on the list. It wasn't. You know, so when the Gremlins attack the Bat plane, it's literally a reference to what the Gremlins originated as a folk tale or superstition about tiny midget creatures destroying planes, which was used to explain why planes break down in mid-flight.
And then most famously portrayed in the Twilight Zone episode with William Shatner.
Yeah. So I'm a little. It's a little odd that it wasn't in that list, but
like I said, it was only 25. Like I mean, we
only.
Well, we don't have all night, even if you knew 50. Even if you knew.
The sun's coming up in a couple of hours, so in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you have all morning.
All morning, I mean.
Yeah. So is there anything else you guys want to say about this movie? Like, we didn't really dive into, like, we did mention what makes it great, but, like, why does it make it great?
It is all the homages, all the tributes, all the Easter eggs. That just goes to show you how much they care about Batman.
It's done by him.
And this movie is like the perfect love letter to Batman. And I think that's why this movie is a perfect way for us to close out on Batman.
You're right.
Yeah, because you get some people who are mainly fans of the original Michael Keaton Batman. You get people who are only fans of the Dark Knight trilogy. You get people who are exclusively animated Batman fans. This movie, it's got something for everyone. Even from not just the 66 Batman, but the early 40s Batman.
Yeah, they even reference the Batman serials, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, like I said, it covers all the major bases.
Yeah.
Like every base. They don't leave a single stone unturned. Hence the best Batman movie, because it encapsulates the entirety of the character. And it's still a great story on top of it.
Right.
And it like I said, it gives us just the best exploration of these characters and their dynamics together. And it also has
they do change the characters, especially Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon, but in a way, they still are true to who they are.
Yeah.
I have to say I never for Batman and Joker, I never for the dynamic between Bale and Ledger.
I agree.
Or even Keaton Nicholson. But Adam and Nicholson are just awesome together. Nothing taking away from them.
Yeah, Zach surprisingly makes a good Joker.
Yeah,
Who?
but
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah. My favorite Batman Joker dynamic is and always will be the Conroy Hamill dynamic. But this one pretty much nails the underlying tone that is never really spoken out loud in movies, comics, and whatnot.
Yeah,
between Batman and Joker.
Basically, the core of the relationship is one cannot exist without the other.
Yeah,
you complete me.
Yeah,
and
you.
And another to kind of reverse another reference from this movie. One cannot exist while the other survives.
That's true. That is Harry Potter. Yes.
There are two sides on one coin.
Pretty much.
A giant coin, which is in
I
that case.
I know this isn't a coin, man.
Is that an Oreo?
No, it's my little cat.
Oh, it would have been better if it's like, I know it's not a coin. Oh.
Well, you know what I have to what I have to say to that? Oreo.
Whoa. Gotta love Wizard of Oz.
Do you like those guys? I find them delightful. I don't know why.
I always laugh out loud whenever there's a reference to that, because my introduction to that, before I even watched Wizard of Oz, was in that one Simpsons episode when they're guarding Mr. Burns' mansion, and they're like, Oreo. And then Smithers comes out and he's like, shh.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Those guys or the Oompa Loompas?
Oh. Well, for the reason I just mentioned, I go with these guys because it's funnier, but to me. But
I mean, just for the fact that one time at work years ago, a coworker ran over a can of orange spray paint, and I said, "Holy shit, he killed an Oompa Loompa."
No, I honestly thought you were going a completely different direction with that story. I thought someone slipped on the paint can and fell over.
No,
and then a bunch of you guys came around and started making a dance.
There was this big fucking orange splotch of the concrete. I was like, that Oompa Loompa had a wife and kids.
It's kind of like that scene in Austin Powers where that guy gets ran over by a steamroller.
Oh, fuck. So, if there's any wrestling fans out watching this, you probably know all about Veer coming to Raw. So, for 6 months, WWE, every Monday night, has been airing Veer. I can't remember his last name, but this wrestler, Veer, is coming to Raw. And we're like, when the fuck? And so every time they've been posting that on Twitter for the last couple months, I've been putting the GIF from that movie of the fucking steamroller, because that's what the whole 6 month thing is built like. He's coming, and it's like, when? Like,
have you ever seen the deleted scene to that? No.
No, I didn't know there was a deleted scene.
In the movie, there's a deleted scene where the guy gets ran over, and it comes into his family, who finds out, and you just see perfect family, perfect kids. It just shows you
nice
what happens. It's funny.
Damn Austin Powers, the guy had a wife and kid.
I love Austin Powers.
Me too.
It's an underrated trilogy, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say it's underrated.
No, more trilogy, and like, if you bring up best trilogy, nobody ever brings that up.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. I'm tired, man.
Because I mean, you do hear it brought up. It may not be considered like the best, greatest trilogy, but it's definitely brought up in the conversation for sure.
Okay.
Because
Maybe
in
I'm-
all fairness, the movies are pretty
Consistent.
yeah, not connected. They're pretty consistent.
That's what
Oh,
I said.
yeah.
Oh, I think you said connected. I'm sorry. I think you said connected. I was like,
Well, what's your guys' favorite one? I have to ask.
Shaggy.
50?
I said before I'm not a fan of those movies, but
Okay.
I'll visit them at some point.
Shock of shocks! I know all the words to the song that Felicity and Austin danced to, played by Burt Bacharach, and
Not surprised. Not
I
surprised.
mean, here's the thing. I just love the song. What do you get when you fall in love? 1,000 days to end tomorrow. It's such a good song about not falling in love, and at the end it's like, oh, I'll just fall in love, I guess.
I know the lyrics too. Oh, no, maybe I don't. I thought I did. Anyway, this is Austin Powers talk. We're talking the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah,
Anybody?
it's weird how this movie sort of connects to so many other stuff because of all the other movie conversations we had during this supposedly Lego Batman themed episode.
Sorry, 50.
Oh no, it's great. It shows you that this movie really does stretch out to more stuff than just Batman.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's I always hate that analogy, but it's got its fingers in a lot of pies.
I don't like that.
You
I
don't
don't
like
like
the
that.
what you get flashbacks to American Pie?
Yeah, I don't like that analogy. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
one
I always hate. I said it myself. I hate that analogy too. So, but I mean, it's the first one that came to mind.
How about this one? It's spinning a lot of different plates.
Better.
That's not better, man. That's not better.
Why? It's not dirty.
Spinning in plates.
Not spitting, spinning.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
I feel sorry for our one viewer right now.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
wonder who it is.
I don't know. It's probably not your mom. She's probably still sleeping. I'm talking to 50 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't tell us we were doing this tonight, so you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
So does anyone have any more thoughts on the movie?
I mean, I can go on forever about that movie, but I mean,
Yeah.
You'll be on your own.
It's a great family comedy parody. I won't say it's my favorite Batman movie, but I really, really liked it. Only seen it twice.
I will say it's the most fun Batman movie. Definitely the most fun.
yeah, because Batman movies are well known for their funness.
You know what? I'll fight you on that. I had so much fun watching Batman 66.
Yeah, but that's the exception to the rule, much like
Yeah,
this
that's-
movie.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm just saying
Yeah.
Uh,
It's definitely this one is a worthy successor.
Yeah.
To that, but it is a better movie overall than that one, for sure.
Someday you can't get rid of a bad movie.
Oh fuck. All right, 50. What about you? Do you have any final thoughts?
No, it's just yeah. And I'm gonna watch that movie now.
Yeah, and like I said, for me, it's not my favorite, but it's up there, and it is easily the most fun. Is the one that makes me laugh the most because it's intentionally supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And as a huge pop culture nerd, these are the type of movies like the book and movie Ready Player One that I just love. I love these type of films.
Yeah, and Free Guy and
Yes.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Yeah,
Shit, the original Lego movie.
right. Which I remember when that came out, and it was like I remember thinking like, "There's no freaking way this movie's gonna work." And then lo and behold,
And the more and more I hear people talk about that, the more I feel like I was the only one standing on an island. Me and Christian Harloff were like the only people in the world was like, no, just you watch, man. This movie's gonna be great. They're really gonna do it. And lo and behold, it was one of the better movies of that year.
Yeah.
Should have won the Academy Award for Best Animated Picture. Fun.
Hell, it should have been nominated.
That's right. It should have been nominated. Yeah,
it should have been nominated.
But it did not get nominated for Everything Is Awesome.
I think it might have won, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. That even looking back at that kind of makes me want to get up and slap the Oscars in the face.
Oh.
Wow. Very, very shrewd.
Oh my God! Really? I'm the man.
Yeah, it only was nominated for Everything Is Awesome. That was the only Academy Award. It should have been there for the best animated picture. All right. Then. Well, thank you very much for joining us, folks. So this brings an end finally to our cinematic journey through Batman. Ben and I talked. We are not going to be doing series this long ever again. We're probably going to be capping at a 4-movie series. We really go into it.
Also, I was going to suggest the Harry Potter movies, to coincide with Fantastic Beasts coming out. But I mean, if you don't want to do it, okay.
It's not that we don't. It's just we realized during Batman, just after a while, having it starts to feel like a chore. So it's just easier to do it at a couple. Otherwise, I would be glad to do Harry Potter. I'm probably just going to watch it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get it. It's like saying you're going to cover a 13-season long.
I knew you were going there, you son of a bitch.
And then stopping after 10. That's fine.
Hey, I'm in 12. I'm in 12.
I will when it comes time to bring in Whittaker's replacement. I think I will finally finish it then.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I'm going to watch that episode, but at least I want the context of her character, so I think it would be better if I watch it then.
Yeah, and then you're going to go the extra mile and watch the other 26 seasons of the classic.
No, I'm not going to lie, 50. I have seen some classic Who. It's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've tried because I do have the 3 Doctors, I do have the 5 Doctors, and of course I have this set called The Doctors Uncovered, where they actually have what BBC what was voted as the best episodes from those Doctors, and it's just not for me. I don't get me wrong, I like learning about it, but it's just to watch it, it's just it's too boring. I'm sorry. I've tried. I have tried. I have legit tried. It's just not for me.
Okay. Just like me in Game of Thrones.
Exactly. It's just not for me.
Yeah, not everything is for everyone.
But like I said, I love learning about the lore, and that is actually one of the things I do like watching your show and listening to you talk about. Is I do learn about it without actually having to watch it.
Wait, you actually watch my show?
I've seen a few episodes.
Someone actually likes me.
Oh, come on now. We like you. All right, Ben. So you want to announce what we're doing next for our series?
Sure, starting next week, me and Cotta going back in time to the 1940s, starting with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
We're doing the Indiana Jones series, folks. One of my favorite series of all time. Last Crusade is in my top 5 all-time favorite movies. I have the poster framed in my living room. I cannot wait to talk these movies.
Real quick, fun fact. Short Round is in a new movie.
I saw that. He's been popping up a lot lately. Yeah.
He is what is called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I followed him on Twitter. Dude's a pretty funny follow on Twitter.
I'm sure he is. Okay, Dr. Jones.
I love him as Short Round. I prefer him as Data from the Goonies.
I'm either way.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. No love. Was it No Love for You? No, that's something else. No Love for You, Dr. Jones. That's from something else.
Oh. But yeah, I was gonna say I prefer him as Data too, but that just
not Data from the Goonies, because I came to that one really late. I didn't watch it for the first time until probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I watched it
when did you watch it, sir?
middle school.
Okay. It's funny, like I've gone back and reviewed and watched movies like that are seminal to people's childhood, but have somehow skipped me. This is the only one I can say I actually came out really, really, really loving it.
It's great.
It's great. It's such a fun movie. I would be down to review that one for this show.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But Ben, I love you, but you kind of blew it earlier when you said we're going back in time.
I know.
That was a perfect setup for another movie. Instead,
Spoilers. That's coming down the line.
No,
you save that for this. But
I know. I fucked that up. I fucked that up.
Yeah. Any
no,
excuse,
don't go.
any excuse for me to bring out my 4K collection of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say on that note, don't forget to pick up this, which comes out tomorrow on Ben's birthday.
Yes, and that is true. Give happy early birthday, Ben. Tomorrow on April Fool's Day, it is none other than Ben Raynor's 35th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
The birthday of the April Fool.
Yeah.
I'm on joke. What can I say?
Yeah,
Did anyone play jokes on you while you were in school?
That's hence your name.
Oh, who did that? Oh, 50 years. 50 years out of
I
me.
have access to this too.
I did that all the way back when you made that stupid Jurassic Park reference, and none of you guys noticed it.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Me
So,
too.
on that note, 50. If anybody wants to hear your rants, where can they go?
Okay, that's a weird way to say to set me up, but okay. Well, speaking of Doctor Who, you can also find me talking about that greatest show in the galaxy on my show on this channel, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. We just had these two wonderful gentlemen competing in the very first edition of Doctor Who Said It, the quotes game that I'm planning to do at least one more edition of. We're starting a brand new theme for the month of April. And speaking of the Daleks, April is going to be all about the Daleks.
Nice.
On that show. So make sure to check that out. I'm also on Northern Countdown with these two guys every Saturday now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right. We did not announce. Did we announce that out?
I think we announced it. Yeah.
But anyways, I'll just say it here. Yes, we are going back to our old time on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. Pacific.
Yep.
And I have to keep remembering that.
Yep.
Apparently.
And you can also find me on my YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek.
Mm-hmm. And Ben, what about you?
You guys can find me every Monday on. Oh, hey, you could, what?
I said, hey, Luke.
Oh, you guys can find me every Monday on Deep Dive, every Wednesday on Tonight Academy, every Sunday on Wine with Men over on my YouTube channel, The Black Tapers of Geekdom. And you can find me, like sort of said, every Thursday right here on Rewind That Tape, and every Sunday on Northern Countdown.
And as for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can find me on the shows that these two gentlemen have mentioned already. You can also find me Wednesday nights over in the Squared Slice, where last night, myself and my co-host, Dustin Dubuque, we did a top 10 WrestleMania main events list, but we did it in the style of the top 10 show. So we actually made our own list at the end, which was actually pretty fun. And then this upcoming Saturday, you will find myself co-hosting the Dropkicks over on the Let's Get Ready Network with Dagan. And we will be going over our WrestleMania predictions because this weekend it is WrestleMania 38, or as they like to call in the WWE right now, the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. I hate that word. So on behalf of myself, Ben, and 50, I'll leave you with this. What do you get when you kiss a girl? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. After you do, she'll never phone you. I'll never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again. Good night, folks. We'll see you next week.